with this crisis, and we're talking if the war persists,
because
I think today we are just 6 days away from the ceasefire period coming to an end. Is it time we diversify in terms of where we get our fuel from? Should we look at Nigeria? Should we look at Asian countries? Because if we continue with the way we are, then the issues of geopolitics, the issues of issues that do not directly relate to us end up costing us more. So should we probably diversify, look at that as a better option?
This is it's a long question that you asked, so it's a very short one that you put, but the answer is very long. We went into a G2G agreement, and the G2G agreement was not about supply. Forget it. It wasn't about supply. It was about stabilization of the dollar. That's all it is. We buy now and we pay within 180 days. And that means that we can source our dollars and sort of stabilize it. And if you see, since the G2G came up, the dollar has went from something like about 150, 160, right? And came down to about 129, 130. And it has stuck there for over a year. So the G2G has achieved what it was intended to, dollar stability. But the G2G structure is not favorable for product because it is a spot buy. You buy as of now. It is not a trading agreement as such. It is more of a financing agreement. Now, if you look at the traditional supply, you are looking at, as a trader, looking forward, looking at scenarios, and then buying forward, buying 2 months, buying 3 months in advance, based on what they see in the crystal ball. And that will normally be a situation that a lot of people in the trading world are very good at. But that means that pricing will then be moving up and down. But not moving up and down on a daily basis. It's based on a longer term prediction. So if you're to diversify, we have to go away from G2G. Or the G2G agreement has to be made different so that the traders are allowed to trade to give us a better look wider. So in the current situation that we have with the G2G, the only way that the only thing that it can do is that the suppliers who we have, which are government-owned entities in the Middle East, it's not the governments themselves, but it's their national oil companies which are working in that space. They will have to source product from elsewhere if they can't get it in the Middle East. But sourcing it from elsewhere means they are buying it at the global market price. So we are not going to be shielded in terms of price through the G2G, right? But it still operates the same way. They'll find it from somewhere. All right, and they'll buy it from Nigeria, they'll buy it from wherever it is. And if we are to buy it from Nigeria as a country, break the G2G. You can't say you have a G2G and then you can buy Nigeria. Then you have to have a government-to-government agreement with every single government that has got crude in that country. And that is completely untenable.